Here with Romeoville coach Jeff Kuna. Coach, first practice time, 2-a-days, you get all this stuff going on. How exciting is it this time of year to get out there and get going?
Well, obviously everybody's excited for day one of football. If you're not excited, you probably shouldn't be around the game. We spend a lot of time with the guys in the summer though, so it's not like we haven't seen them and we're just kicking off something. It's more like we spent 25 days together this summer like everybody else in the state. We take a couple weeks off and now it's just, let's pick up where we left off. For the most part, we're talking about the varsity level, the majority of your players are here all summer long. So it's not like we might have picked up maybe 1 or 2 new kids that maybe were in summer school and we missed them, and we'll get them caught up to speed. But it's more like just let's pick up where we left off on July, and we felt pretty good about what we got accomplished this summer. So I felt when we came in today, we were able to function pretty efficiently, and I was very happy with what we were able to do from a cognitive level and knowing our assignments. Physically we can't do too much until Saturday we put the pads on, but from a cognitive level we're doing pretty good right now.
What about you speaking of picking where you left off? Obviously you left off last year in a great state with that win over Plainfield Central, and it seemed like the offense really started picking up late in the year, especially Jacob and Buell.
Yeah, Jake did a great job. And that's one thing. When you go in the offseason, you try to circle the high points and what you can build on for next year. And we knew, those last 3 games we played, I felt Jake played very well in the last 3 games. We won 2 out of 3, and we lost the game to Minoka, but I felt we played pretty well for about 3 quarters. We had a bad quarter, and that cost us the game. But that was a high point. That was something we talked about in the winter. Jake played well. We're looking to take what he did at the end of the season last year, and now we took that and we went this summer and we took it a step further. I felt he was better in July than he was in October of last year, and I hope I can sit down on the first week of September and say, what, he's better now than he was in July. So it's just that progression, but I feel he's done a real good job all year getting himself ready for his senior year. I felt he's progressed well throughout the summer. I think the people around him, for the most part, have really picked up. Miguel Ford is coming back for us at running back. Miguel did a great job last year, and maybe not the prime back, but he still got quite a few carries and did a nice job. Caleb Bailey's going to help us out on offense this year. Anthony Love started as a sophomore. Anthony had a great summer so far. We're looking for big things out of him. Mark Hammond and King Williams out on the outside have done some good things for us at wide receiver to fill some voids. So, the guys around Jake are really doing a good job too, and it's not just him. And I feel real good about our offensive line. We're only returning 1 starter, but you know what? Those 5 guys have done a real good job gelling and coming together this summer. We've been real happy with their play.
And defensively has been kind of a struggle at times last couple of years.
Yeah.
Getting up some points. Obviously you got Caleb Bailey back there that's going to help out a lot, but it takes 11 guys obviously on defense to make plays.
We graduated 9 seniors on defense, and we really were high on the defense going into last year. With the fact of having so much senior experience coming back. We did put a new defense in. Coach Kuna took over the defense. We put a whole new front end, a whole new system. I thought they did well with it at times. So, it's one of those things when something's new, you're going to make mistakes. From a coaching standpoint, from a player standpoint, we found errors that we made throughout the course of the season, but we spent the winter time, correcting those things and getting things solidified on how we can be stronger on defense. And I think it's still the same package for the most part, but I think the adjustments that we made in the offseason from, not just so much with personnel, but with our scheme, I think are going to help us out a lot this year. I've already saw a great deal of improvement on how we played this summer in 7-on-7s, in our scrimmages and within ourselves. I think we're playing a much more aggressive style of defense, but at the same time, not just aggressive. I think we're sounder on defense. We're not giving up the big plays even in practice like we had in the past. So, those are all things that we're going to build off of.
And then, week, obviously, you have the first game, Hinsdale South. It's a big game for you guys. You guys lost last year in a tough one. And week 2, Bolingbrook, renewing the rivalry. It's got to be mixed emotions for you guys. Obviously, you got the defending state champs coming in here, which is a great thing, great to get going. At the same time, you drop a winless team, Joliet Central, and Gain Bolingbrook, so the schedule's got a lot tougher for you guys at the same time.
Yeah, scheduling-wise, obviously you're picking up a state champion, you're dropping a team that, we've done a pretty good job with the last couple of years, but I think in the long term, when you look at it, you want to play better competition to get you better. The Hinsdale South game is a game we still, I'm going to take it on myself as a coach. We gave them that game, we turned the ball over. I think we outplayed them in every facet but the scoreboard. Those are things that we're not going to make those mistakes this year. It made us sick to our stomach as we went back and watched the film in the offseason, how we gave that game away. We're not going to let that happen this year. We're going to be better prepared. We're going to take care of the football a whole lot better. I can guarantee you that. Defensively, we played well in that game. We're going to continue to come out with a good game plan against them. The Bolingbrook game, I'm not putting a lot of thought in right now because Hinsdale South's our first game. Do we think about it? Of course, I'm not going to be a liar if I said I didn't think about it. But what we're focusing on right now is playing Hinsdale South. We'll worry about Bolingbrook on the Saturday morning after we play Hinsdale.
end of the season, what's going to be a successful season for Romeoville football?
Well, obviously, our benchmark every year is that we reach the playoffs. That's our goal each and off season, and we continue to talk about it in the summer and all throughout the season. And we're not going to be satisfied until we get into the postseason.
Thanks a lot, Coach. Appreciate it.
No problem.